Boom shakalaka. Today is a historic day for Bitcoin. It's doing something it has never done before, going into uncharted territory. Bitcoin has broken through $20,000 today, and what was previously resistance may now turn to be support as we break through previous all-time highs exactly 3 years to a day since those all-time highs were set. So today's episode, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and what it's likely to do in the near future and also the long future and the reasons why it broke through today. So if you want to find out, stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's episode, we're talking about everything that's going on with Bitcoin. Now buckle your seatbelts because this is a historic day for Bitcoin. You are literally taking part in history. This is the beginning of the financial revolution. Bitcoin is finally legitimized, and this is finally the beginning of when Bitcoin takes over all fiat currencies. So today, Bitcoin broke through $20,000. Now, this is no surprise. We've been talking about this for quite a while, how Bitcoin has been in this ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern that generally goes and former resistance becomes support, and that's exactly what happened. I predicted it would happen sometime around Christmas. Well, Christmas has come early this year, my friends, and it's no surprise why. Because if we take a look, we have massive investment firms putting a lot of money in Bitcoin. We have Rougher Investment confirming a massive Bitcoin buy of $744 million. We have One River Digital Asset Management saying they're going to own $1 billion of Bitcoin and ETH by the first half of next year. It's already accumulated $600 million worth of the asset. This is following the news of MicroStrategy investing $250 million of their own money and raising $650 million to be invested in Bitcoin, and also Guggenheim saying could invest up to $530 million in Bitcoin. Now, this should be no surprise. I mean, these are the biggest institutions out there that are really getting behind Bitcoin nowadays. And furthermore, the reason they're doing it is because they're not stupid, okay? There was a lot of speculation before, but now there's a lot of smart money getting into Bitcoin because they take a look at this compared with total assets out there and they say, hey, Bitcoin should be worth $400,000. Or if you don't believe this guy from Guggenheim because they're buying up Bitcoin, well, how about Citibank? They're saying, hey, Bitcoin should be worth $318,000. All right? We have Jim Cramer buying in earlier this week. We have Paul Tudor Jones. Everybody is getting into Bitcoin. The stampede is actually coming. And if we take a look, this chart here shows the stablecoin inflows happening just previously to Bitcoin hitting $20,000, showing a lot of people are putting their money into Bitcoin now because they see the price going up and not likely ever coming down. The previous all-time high is now no longer an all-time high. We have a new all-time high today, which happened, if we take a look here, exactly 3 years to the day since that all-time high was set. Isn't that uncanny? I mean, what is going on there? I looked at that today and I was like, no freaking way is that possible, but it happened. And guys, in the short term, well, based on Trading Shot, he says Bitcoin's trading in this little channel right here. And based on this, by the end of the year, we might be seeing like a $22,000 Bitcoin. But we're already getting pretty darn close to that. Bitcoin's at 21,403 right now. Now, more of a long-term scale, if we take a look at this logarithmic regression, on this halving in this bull run could be going up to like $142,000 Bitcoin. And then if it follows previous trends, we would have a price drop back down to about 26,000 before going up on the next bull run to $655,000 for Bitcoin. Now I know that seems outrageous. For a lot of people who saw $3,000 Bitcoin, that seems very outrageous. But guys, we have to remember this bull run that we're in right now is not like the last bull run, okay? Last bull run, if you remember, that was like ICO mania. There was zero trust, and we look at these people going to prison now for ICOs that they had because they just had all these scam ICOs. It was like Scam Central. Now we have legitimate companies, legitimate organizations buying up the hardest money we've ever seen called Bitcoin, and because of that, there's a few reasons why this is different than 2017. So first off, in case you haven't been paying attention, the US printed $6 trillion this year. They're aiming to print another 2 to 3 trillion next year. So Bitcoin is a hedge. Because guess what? the dollar is going to devalue just because they're printing so much. Also, we have institutional demand, which we did not have before. If you remembered last bull run, we had a bunch of banks calling Bitcoin a scam. We don't have that anymore. They're getting behind Bitcoin. And furthermore, the rise of illiquid wallets. So a lot of what happened here, if you guys actually remember this, because this day here was the exact day that you could start shorting Bitcoin. That was when Bitcoin shorting started, December 16th or 17th. And at that day, Bitcoin price just dropped. That was the beginning of the drop. But if we take a look at what's going on with wallets right now, we take a look at this chart. This shows the amount of investor Bitcoin versus trader Bitcoin. And this red line here is the investor Bitcoin. This yellow line is the trader Bitcoin. The amount of Bitcoin that traders have is dropping and dropping and dropping. And all the manipulation is disappearing. But the amount of investor Bitcoin is increasing. I mean, 744 million, 600 million, 650 million, 530 million. They're buying up all the Bitcoin. There's $1.6 million, 1.6 million Bitcoin left on exchanges, 7% of all the Bitcoin ever, and that's it. And once they buy it up, completely gone, and the price is going to go to the moon. So, guys, great news for Bitcoin. I think this is fantastic. I think if we see a price pullback, which is likely, it'll come and find support at $20,000, but we're in uncharted territory. There literally is no resistance anywhere up here. None whatsoever, because we've never been here before. Bitcoin, very plausibly, could just keep going up and up and up. I mean, it doesn't happen in healthy markets, but there's nothing to resist it aside from short sellers. I mean, basically, we have to wait for this to run out of energy. Everybody's going to start buying in. I mean, most people, this is the biggest thing for Bitcoin right now, is that it's not making headlines. Let's take a look at the Wall Street Journal. Let's see if they're even talking about this. Because if this isn't front page on the Wall Street Journal, then something is going on. Then something is crazy. Because this is breaking news. Google, Coke, Major League Baseball, snowstorm, COVID, Fed, lawmakers, airlines. Not seeing anything about Bitcoin. And this is breaking news. This is literally the most breaking news that's happened in finance in 3 years. And it didn't even make the front page of the Wall Street Journal. Probably didn't even make the markets section. So guys, again, oh, here we go. Finally, made front page of markets. Tops 20,000 for the first time. But look at the size of this article. Teeny. So barely starting to make not even headline news, markets news for traders. Everybody else still doesn't know about it. It wasn't until Bitcoin price got to 2 to 4 times previous all-time highs of $1,000 that people really started caring and the price took off. So just imagine that. $40,000 to $80,000 before the price really starts taking off. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like it, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will catch you later. Peace.